All right, she did that.
Good job. Good job.
All or nothing.
How y'all doing, my good peoples? As promised, I'm here to set it off.
There's something going on. Look like some.
Yes, good peoples. Welcome to my channel. Okay, Raw Magazine TV. And your host with the most, Queen Kiki, checking in on today's walk and talk. As I mentioned to you all, she got a lot of go. She getting it. Okay? Walk
Made
and
it
talk.
into a dance.
That's the thing. That's why we supposed to get the rope. I'm doing ropes. Ropes, I guess, tomorrow. Because we didn't get them today. And as I mentioned, I got a lot on my mind. A lot to de-stress about. You know, not that I'm actually stressing. It's just that that's the common theme in our world right now. A lot of people are stressed out, and that stress is stretching out all over the world, you know. And I'm going to touch on a couple of topics, but I'm going to start with the first topic at hand, which is to give you all an update that we are now on Roku TV as an app, as well as Apple Play Store and the Google Play Store, Apple apps in the Google Play Store. And as I told you, just type in either Raw Multimedia or Raw Magazine TV, and you will be able to find in your search bar our mobile apps. Okay? And that brings me to the topic at hand that kind of caused a little tension, you know, and stress of me trying to express to everyone and make them aware of our network, which is, I believe, to be the number one and the best Nubian community network that you will find. And my goal and vision when I began establishing Raw Magazine TV is that I saw talent in people that weren't getting the spotlight as they should. And I saw that there was a need for up and coming and unsigned artists to be showcased and featured on an international, national, and local level if I established my own network like Oprah. Y'all remember the song Nas made? I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it.
Everybody heard that.
Yep. So, as I was saying, in that song of Nas's that he put out here that's still a banger to this day, he told the young ladies they can be broadcast journalists like Oprah. He made a point out of that. And as I was a young youth coming up, listening to that song, it inspired me and my future goals.
They're keeping it clean, I guess.
To be a network owner myself. It's not that easy of a task. It wasn't, I should say. It's been a long, arduous journey that has been one full of ups and downs. And hard work, perseverance. But I also wanted to answer the call for those people that said, we don't have a network for...
How you doing?
How you doing? All right. We don't have a network, our own network, you know, specifically for quote-unquote black people, which is true. You don't have many network owners that are black, and the network owners that are black, they tend to not showcase and feature up and coming talent, okay? Let's be real. You gotta already have made it in the industry of entertainment to ever even get a chance to sit on Oprah's couch or any other high-ranking podcast.
You want to slow it down a little bit?
High-ranking podcast or television show. They don't have your local people or your independent and upcoming artists featured on there too often. So that's the uniqueness about Raw Magazine TV, is you will have that opportunity to grow and add to your resumes of where you've been broadcast and where you've been featured. You'll have the experience to teach and better yourself by performing publicly if you participate and perform in any of our events upcoming. You build your portfolio as an artist. And I mean that broadly. Whatever your artistry is. Whatever your artistry is. Whether it's painting, whether it's singing, dancing, acting, modeling, we
sit down for a minute. So
we look for you. I'm all right, baby.
Okay.
I'm talking and walking. Okay? Thank you for your concern. But I definitely will let you know if I need a break. So, as I was saying, y'all, you get a chance to be featured on our platform and network at www.rawmultimediagroup.com. Fashion designers, I left y'all out. Makeup artists, hairstylists, whatever your art is and whatever it is that you do creatively, our network is like a curator, and I compile all of that and showcase it and feature it on our platforms. And I've been doing it for over 10 years. You can take a look at my YouTube pages and see that we have been in many communities all across America, from Memphis to Chicago, here in Dallas, Texas, wherever I am, the network goes, okay? But being able to put it on the World Wide Web has extended our reach internationally. So now we are internationally known as well as locally and nationally known. So this is what my discretion is, brought me to express to you all today. What I want to express to you all is that some people think that what we're doing as a community network is less than the work of your major network channels, BET, Amazon, Prime, Apple, Fire Stick, Paramount, Disney. But maybe that may be the case on how you feel. But I'm here to express to you and let you know that's not the case. I've never seen it as that, because from day one, starting out in a college, I already knew that I was big and big time because I had big dreams. Okay? And everything is basically what you make it. And that's what I've made it. I've come from the social networking sites of YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and expanded all around the world. And I did it from the mud, you know, with the select team at any interval. But at the end of the day, I'm the muscle, I'm the brain that controls how the network was built and how it's continuing to be building, okay? And that's not to be unhumble in any way.
Wow.
It's just to have that foundation and understanding in this message that I did this from the vision that God gave me when he told me that raw represents real artist work, and when you flip it over, it's war, WAR, and that I had to be a soldier and go to war with the brainwashing that has dominated our world when it comes to media and how we are perceived in media. I had to be the one to change it. So that's what I've been doing over the course of these years in building this network for the people, by the people. So I don't want anyone to get it twisted and think that we are a lesser network because y'all going by how many likes and follows are on a social media page, but you're not focused on ownership, copywriting, and trademarking the work that you do put on these social media platforms that, for the most part, pays you pennies on a dollar, but you're doing all of this without any copyrights or trademark or ownership of your content. Case in point, you can build, and how many people have you heard have built their platforms to millions of followers, and because of this or that, they snatched the channel. They took it down. So you have to start all over from scratch once again. Hopefully you can get your content, but a lot of times you can't. Okay? Let's start with that. That's the difference with this network. Raw Magazine TV, that is that you will be advised, guided, and trained on how to copyright and trademark your work, and then have 100% ownership and monetize just like you monetize on these social media platforms. But as I mentioned, you won't be making pennies on a dollar. You're making all of your money, 100% return, with the advertisers that you bring aboard on the platform to sponsor you and your content. You're able to go live from the platform by scheduling that, and you get more reach and an archive and a digital library that doesn't go away. It won't get snatched because you said this or you posted that. So the restrictions are much more lenient, although we do have our own guidelines that if you're interested in learning more about, you can just go email us at contact@rawmultimediagroup.com, and I will send those guidelines to you via email. It's that simple. Now that I've enlightened everyone on a little piece of why we exist in this media space, let me move on to the topic at hand on what got me heated today. All right? So, without any further ado, let's move on to this topic here, which is more and more young men and women of color are leaving this earth due to suicide. Okay? Now, even touching this subject is a little bit triggering for me personally. If you don't know, because I've had to experience suicide and a loved one leaving this earth under those conditions. So when I hear people talk about other people's lives on these social media platforms, you know, to bring them down or to make fun of anything like that, it's quite disturbing to me. And the case in point that I'm speaking about is between, and I'm using this as just an example because I understand more people are caught up in celebrities and their lives more so than they are with regular people's lives or their own lives for that matter. So I'm not speaking on these particular celebrities that are intertwined inside of this topic of, you know, someone committing suicide. But it brings me to the point because that's the type of vibe that this debate between these two entertainers are bringing. That's the type of vibe that I'm picking up. All right. So you got a young lady, Krishan Rock. You know, she has a young child that, because of her life choices, was born with a few disabilities of sorts. But again, we really don't know or can't say because nobody is in her life and knows her in that manner. So basically, people are just making assumptions, you know, on what they think. But here's the kicker. When you get on a social media platform and you have thousands of followers and stuff, and you start hurling all of these wicked ass jokes, which Rick Ross' baby mama has become popular now because of her antics of making fun of other people and talking about them so bad. She's become popular for that. And she's coined herself Auntie. So she's been coming on and saying some very disparaging things about this young lady and her child that has some disabilities. Now, I don't know about you all, but this internet shit has proven that it can and has gotten people killed, okay? And when you talk about people and their kids, their children, they're not kids, baby goats, they're children, correct myself, okay? That's off limits. It should be, because the children don't have anything to do with it. And if you're not lending an opinion to help someone or better their situation when they have a child with disabilities, you damn sure don't need to be making fun and making light of their situation. That's not how it should go. It should be more of an encouragement and more of a educational moment or moments that you should spend when you're talking about them or their children. You definitely should not be making fun of them or trying to talk bad about the mother as a parent when she's there raising her child, okay, under the circumstances. She didn't give the child up for adoption. She didn't kill the child. She didn't hurt the child in any other way but, you know, making wrong choices as a young woman in the entertainment industry. Making bad choices would do, okay? And everybody's been young and have made bad choices. I don't think there's anybody walking this earth, you know, up in age and young adults that haven't made bad choices. The key is learning from your mistakes, the lessons, and evolve and elevate yourself, you know, to not make those same mistakes again. So for Rick Ross's baby mama to be as old as she is, to get into that type of language and back and forth with a young lady, you know, that's proven that she's not all that stable, you know, mentally anyway, from her own personality that she puts out there publicly that I've had a chance to see. I would say that would be a good assessment, that she's not that stable. And even in her responses, she's showing a level of her maturity from where she was, but you still see and hear the immaturity in her. And I would like to just share with Chrisean a bit of advice, if she does hear this and see this, is that you are loved, and you really don't have to respond to ignorance, because it's really just a bait to bring you out and to bring you down from your elevation on where you growing to become as a young mother with a child with some sorts of disabilities. So I commend you for pressing forward, but for your own self, you don't have to respond, baby. You don't have to acknowledge people that want to tear you down when you're rising. Just keep rising, baby. Keep shining. And as far as Rick Ross, baby mama, self-coined auntie, grow up. For real. Grow up. This is not the display of a grown woman, a queen, should be doing, because you can lead this young lady or anybody into suicide, taking they self off of this earth from the torment that you keep putting on her. You know, be easy, be like I said, elevate yourself as a woman. You know, you're not supposed to, you should be an example at the age that you are for young women, but you're really not putting yourself in that position to be an example to young women or grown women for that matter, because real queens and real mature women, they don't bring other women down to lift themselves up. They don't do that. It's not godly. It's not what God wants. And that young lady, Chrisean that is, gave the best advice that any young adult could have given, which is ask the question and request that we pray for one another. Instead of bashing and tearing each other down, we need to pray for one another more. You know? Lift each other up more. Encourage each other more. Motivate each other more. Elevate each other more. That's what this world needs. That's what humanity needs. And that's what we giving at Raw Multimedia, Raw Magazine TV. We look to elevate, motivate, encourage, and remind others that they are just as big and just as important as any entertainer, celebrity that's out here, or any social media influencer with thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers and likes. Because at the end of the day, it's just you and your reflection in the mirror that you really gotta love. If you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else? So, that's just my thoughts, my opinion, and I'm going to leave it at that. The next topic is basically encouragement to others to get fit. Don't just wait until, the doctor tells you you need to get fit because you're high blood pressure, you're diabetic, you're sick in other ways. Get up. Move your body. Move yourself. Care about yourself and your health, because that is where your wealth is. All the money in the world can't help you when you're sick, because if you die, you can't take it with you. So that's what has pushed me today. I wasn't feeling like coming out. I had the doubt in mind. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, I'm tired. All kind of stuff. I just didn't want to do it.
Hot Mess Express. Hot Mess Express. But that's why.
I just didn't want to do it. But I pushed myself. That internal thing started kicking in and said, hey, you want to lose this weight, don't you? You got to be consistent. Get up off of your butt and get out there. And what started as I didn't want to do it has turned into the third lap.
3.5.
Yeah.
We're about to hit a 4 on the way on our side.
Okay. And see, talking to y'all just helped me, push me to not even realize how far I have walked.
Fourth lap right here.
When we come around.
We'll make it to the side
Right.
of the car.
And I only remember 3, y'all. So, hey,
We're working on the fourth lap. We're done for y'all.
I didn't even know it.
You have a reception. Well, for one, you got a nice steady pace. You ain't pushing it faster. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. Keeping the same pace going. Burning calories. Even when we hit the incline, we still at the same pace. That's a good thing. And the outcline, I say. They call it incline. I don't know if it's outcline. Anyway, we're going downhill. We still keeping the same pace. We ain't letting ourselves go faster. Keeping the same pace uphill and down. So that's good.
It's my husband
Nice
over there
calorie
talking.
burning on calories.
You got something to say for today's walk and talk?
0.2 of a pound. What we doing right now? Well, we also building that metabolism, keeping it up, where you can burn in your sleep. Yep.
I sure thank you all for watching, tuning in, and supporting. I really do appreciate it. It keeps me motivated, okay? It keeps me encouraged. I don't just do this for us. I do it for you and you and you and you. Us together, unified, we can all make a difference. Together. And it's time. It's time for change. Change is evolving every day, all around us. not just in the USA, but all across the world. Africa, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Russia, everywhere. China, Ireland, Europe, you know, every tip of this God's earth is evolving and changing. And sometimes you gotta just slow your mind down and slow your life down to take time and recognize it, you know, those changes. Figure out how you're gonna adapt, how you're going to evolve, how you're gonna restart, replenish, you know. I'm gonna end it and do a few exercises and head to the gym. I'm sure we've walked a good half hour on this lap. Think I'll push one more out. So instead of doing trace, I already did better than I did yesterday. Okay? And that's how you gotta look at it in life. You're your own competition. As long as you do better than you did the day before, the hour before, you're doing it. So, from us here at Raw Magazine TV to you, we want to say thank you. Stay encouraged and keep the faith. Till I get to the gym. Time for a break. Peace.
Yes, it's break time.